Good morning. Any Trekkies out there? Oh, I can remember the first Star Trek that came through. Wow. We're glued, right? And I don't even know how I came up with this. God does. But I was watching something, I was reading a book, and the idea of a holodeck came up. And figuring the fact that, we are in a holographic universe. And I know there are so many arguments both ways. I put in holographic universe on the internet, right? And I had millions and millions of sites, like we do a lot of times when you put something into the internet. And there are both sides that say, yes, we live in a holographic universe, and they can give you ideas and ways to prove that. And then there are other sides that say, no, we do not live in a holographic universe, and they can prove that. Don't write me or email me. It's okay. You have a right to your own opinions. And what I'm expressing today is just to give you an idea, to plant something in your mind, to look at something a little bit differently. And if it resonates to you, fine. Just come in without judgment, without expectation. And if you're a true Trekkie, you'll just let it go. Okay. Am I not? Oh, there you go. This is Captain's Log, star date 11/25/12, how to program your hologram. And good old James T. Kirk. Oh, isn't he cute? I had a crush on him. Boy, I'll tell you, he was just so sexy.
He's dead now.
Okay, why am I not moving forward here? Oh, there you go. Life is a mirror, and we reflect back to you, the thinker, what he thinks into it. Good old Ernest Holmes. We've heard this so many times. And this is a wonderful analogy of looking into the mirror and seeing what you truly and really are, rather than the image that's been portrayed most of your life. I was reading a book. I'm not all the way through it, but I recommend it. It's Butterflies Are Free to Fly by Stephen Davis. And it's a radical approach to spiritual evolution. And he talks about quantum physics in a way that we can almost understand. And again, it's an opinion. And what he gives it is an analogy, and I think the analogy is very good. He says that we are in a movie theater, okay? So most of our lives, we're in this movie theater, and it's dark, and you're in a seat, and you're shackled. Your arms and your legs are shackled to that seat, and there's a high back to the seat, so you really can't see behind you. And all you see on the screen in front of you is the movie. The movie, constant movie. And as you start to wake up a little bit, let's just say you read a book, or you talk to somebody and they give you kind of an idea, or you do a little bit of research here and there, and you start to wake up a little bit. And then you start to realize, well, gosh, I've seen this movie before. Anybody else have that feeling? Like you change jobs and you run into the same person you just left at the other job that you're trying to get away from? How about the relationship? We've said that several times. You go into a relationship and it's the same person you just got rid of, or they got rid of you, whichever. Because we have that image in our mind. We have played that through our life for so long that that's the movie that's playing on the screen. It's like a hologram. It's coming from us, projecting itself on the screen. So suddenly you start to realize, you're thinking to yourself, oh, who the heck is in charge of this? I've seen this movie so many times before. How come I have to keep watching it? Why don't they change the movie? Anybody felt that way? That you see the same thing in your life over and over and over again, and you're wondering, who's in charge here? You gotta change the movie. I'm tired of this movie. It's the same thing, maybe different actors and actresses and a little bit different pitch, but it's the same movie. And as you wake up just a little bit more, you realize that you're not shackled, that you're free, that they're just kind of sitting on your wrists and your legs. Oh my gosh, you don't have to sit there. You aren't shackled there anymore. And then you try to tell the person next to you, hey, look, we don't have to stay here. And they go, shh, quiet. I don't want to hear it. I'm comfortable where I am. I kind of like that movie that's on the screen because I know where it's going and where it's coming from, and I know what's going to happen there. So don't talk to me. And as you get a little bit more awake, and as you become more alive and understanding what's happening in your life, you see that people are kind of out walking around. Wow, that's a new concept. I could actually get up and walk around. Of course, we've all been, maybe if you've gotten up in a movie theater and the people behind you are going to boo you because you're walking around in front of them, but it doesn't happen. You get up, all of a sudden you stand up, and you start walking around that theater. And wow, what you notice is that there are groups of people all along the back and the sides of the theater. There's these little hovels, these little groups of people. Wow, I wonder what they're all about. So you go up and you kind of listen to one group, and you hear them talking about maybe Buddhism or Hinduism. And you get a few ideas. You go, wow, this is a totally new concept. It's not what's playing on that movie. It's something totally new. And then you walk over to another group and you find out they're a bunch of religious scientists. And you get a whole new concept, which kind of includes some of the other stuff. Then you walk to another group and you hear something else. And the more you hear, you start changing your ideas a little bit and realizing how powerful you are. And you start realizing that movie on the screen that you thought someone else was controlling was really coming from you. You're the projector. Wow. If that's the case, I could change the movie, right? But now you got to find the projection room. How do you do that? And then you walk around and you see a door marked library, and you walk in the library and you can read about anything and everything, from quantum physics to all the different teachings and religions in the world, and you can get all new kinds of concepts and ideas. And you wake up a little bit more. And you start to realize and start to become aware of some of the things that you're thinking about. Some of the concepts that you've had all of your life, and that keep getting nurtured and nourished because all of us have a lot of the same concepts. Like there's lack in this universe. How many people believe there's actually lack in this universe? Oh, see, I'm talking to a bunch of really nice people. But that is a concept we keep getting bombarded with over and over and over again. How many think that losing weight is hard? Because I've done it over and over and over again. But I keep coming back. And why? Because I haven't changed the look in my head or my heart as to what it is that I want to see. I keep seeing the image that I've been projecting on that screen for all of my life, instead of changing that image within me first and having it project out, and then I will believe it. Virtual reality is another thing. I just read a thing about they're using virtual reality in hospital rooms to help people with pain, to take care of their pain. Virtual reality, if there's anybody out there, I would love to have you do a program for weight release, because when you see it in your mind, when you visualize it in your mind, you can create it in your life. But the problem is we don't know what it looks like because we've never seen it, right? I can picture, let's just say weight release. I can picture weight release and how it would look if I was whatever thinner, right? But I don't have that concept in my mind yet. I still see what I see because it's always been projected out there. Okay? So as we're walking around and we're waking up, we finally realize that no matter who you are, it is your perception of your future that creates your reality. And you start to wake up and realize, oh my God, I don't have to stay here. Oh my goodness, how do I get out of here? How do I change the movie that's going on in my head and creating this whole life in front of me, right? So you see the exit sign. And underneath the exit sign, it says, enter at your own risk. Well, wait a minute. What does that mean? Enter at my own risk. Come on, this is outside, right? Well, that's another talk. Because if you get the book, it really takes you into something so very extraordinary, and it's just a different way of looking at the universe. All right, hologram. I was looking at holograms, and again, you get, so many things. And I thought, all right, why not tell people what a hologram is? A hologram is a three-dimensional image formed by the interference of light beams from a laser or other coherent light source. Okay? A photograph of an interferent pattern that, when subtly illuminated, produces a three-dimensional image. Well, see, the thing is that we think that's real. We think life is real. We think that our five-sensory world is real, that that's the only thing there is. But when we get into this teaching, or you start learning some other things, or you get into quantum physics or anything else that you want to study, you understand that it's not. There are so many things that we can't see. There are so many things that we don't understand yet. And they're just starting to scratch the surface. Just starting. Just an teeny, tiny, tiny, little, tiny, not even the pin of a head, or the head of a pin. Pin of a head, I'm okay. Just the head of a pin is the knowledge that we have of this universe so far. It's phenomenal because it's infinite. And the thing is that everything that ever could be, everything that ever was, ever will be, is already in existence. And that's really hard for us to understand, isn't it? That's a huge concept. We've heard it, I don't know how many times before. Dr. Jim talks about it often. I talk about it often. And some people don't want me to talk about it anymore. But it is infinite. We have so much that we can do. So much to open up to and can open up to us. Now, I love this. Everyone should have a holodeck. The best way to predict your future is to create it. And again, I went through, I don't know how many Star Trek, photographs and Star Trek sites, and you kind of get lost in there, and you would kind of remember those episodes. And like before I knew it, I was just kind of sitting there watching Star Trek. Yay! I was back, and watching all the episodes, going, oh wait a minute, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. But I thought this was how true. The holodeck, if you don't remember what it was on the spaceship, was an area you could go to and put in what experience you wanted to have. If you wanted to visit your family, you'd program in where you wanted. I remember once Captain Kirk went home to his family, and he was having a picnic on some beautiful beach with his wife and kids and whatever, and it's solid. They really think he's there. And he had a wonderful day. And there are other people that have had some, other experiences on the holodeck, but it is a projection of what we would like to create in our lives. So they would go on this holodeck, and I thought it was kind of fun because I used to dream about that. Wow, wouldn't you like to just step in someplace? Wow, okay. Now you're wherever, whatever you want. You're everywhere, anywhere you want to be, with whomever you want to be, doing whatever you want to do, having fun. And all the rest of that stuff back there is gone, right? The doors close, and you're in that holodeck, and you're, oh, wow, life is so good, right? Okay. Your mind is capable of making all things real for you, and with positive thinking, focus, and a goal, you will become unstoppable. How many of us can believe that? It's kind of a broad concept, right? And we hear that all the time. We hear, oh, God, you can do anything you ever can imagine. And you tell your kids, life is open totally and completely. You can do anything you want to do. Anything's possible. Everything's possible. And then you wake up in the morning, and it's the same place with the same thoughts, the same spouse or whatever that you had the day before. And you wonder, what happened to that holodeck? Because we don't believe it. We get caught up in the five-sensory world, and we don't believe that, for whatever reason we deserve it, that we believe in it, we don't have it in our lives, or it's not possible, something else comes in. I love that picture of him. I saw that online. You know, there usually seems some other ones, but I love that one of him. Reality is merely an illusion. A very persuasive one. Persistent. I apologize. Persistent. Well, persuasive. Persuades us to be persistent, right? It's a persistent one. How often has anybody ever experienced that euphoria when something comes into your life that you've wanted and you've dreamed about, and something happens that turns this whole thing around, and you're so excited because it's come into your life and you're really happy and excited about it. And then you sit there going, oh God, when's this other shoe going to drop? You know, you get a windfall. Or you meet somebody that's really wonderful and it's the kind of person that you've always wanted to bring into your life. Or you release 10 or 20 pounds and you're going, yay! Now what? How often do we just flip back into the old thinking patterns, into the old belief patterns, into the old stuff that we've been carrying around with us? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get started. We're going to go into our holodeck. Okay? You with me? I didn't know what a holodeck opening looked like, so I just got elevators. I figured that works. We can have more than one person in there at once. And just figure out it's a really long line of elevators, and everybody gets their own. Okay? So I want you to figure out, you can close your eyes or you can just relax and see this holodeck in front of you. Okay? We're at the entrance of it. And I want you to think of what it is that you'd like to create in your life. What is it that you want to bring into your life? What is it that you want to program into that holodeck? What is it that you want to see and feel and become part of? Think about it. Bring it into your existence, into your awareness. Okay, now there's the control panel. It has everything and anything on it that you can possibly imagine and more. In fact, that's the biggest thing. If you can imagine it, it's already done. Program in what it is that you want in your life. What is your desire? Like we did with that bottle and that scroll today. What's that desire that you have in your heart? Put it in now. Program that panel with what it is that you want. Because if you can dream it, if you can think about it, you can create it in your life. But see, you don't do the creating. All you have to do is have the idea. And you have to let it go for that divine intelligence in this universe to take it and run with it and give it to you. Or allow it to move through you. You are creating through you. Because this divine intelligence is inside of you. It's not a deity in the sky, which if anybody believes that, you have a right to do that, whatever resonates to you. What resonates to me is understanding that there is this vast, phenomenal knowledge, this wonderful love that is so great that it gives me everything that I concentrate on, focus on, believe, feel. Okay? So you have it programmed? You ready? Okay. Oh. Okay. Now, I want you to sit back and relax. You've got it programmed in. And I want you to see this coming into your life. I want you to see this being done. Walk onto the holodeck, and it has projected on that holodeck what it is that you want to create. It's already there. It's right in front of you. It's already there. See it. Smell it if you're in a place. Taste it. Bring it into your consciousness. Bring it into your whole body. Feel it. This is true. This is real. This is reality with a capital R. What does it feel like? You've done it. And you hear people and whatever clapping and cheering that you're here and you've accomplished whatever it is that you want to accomplish. You have it in your life. What does it feel like? See it. Touch it. Touch it. What does it feel like? Now take that with you this week. And anytime you have a doubt or anytime you have some kind of lack thinking coming into your mind, anytime you have someone that says you can't, close your eyes and say, I have. I have. I have created. I am infinite possibility. I create my life. And when you see something coming up in your life, when you see that person just hit you right between the eyes and you're judging them because you can't stand them. Have you ever met anybody you don't like? Anybody? You know? One person doesn't like somebody in this universe. Okay. But when you run into that person you just can't stand, instead of being judgmental and just going, I can't handle that person, take a deep breath and stop and say, wait a minute, what's going on inside of me? Because it's a reflection of who you are. Ooh, that hurts, doesn't it? Because there's something inside of you that recognizes something inside of them that you don't like inside of you. That is a lot to take in. But if you take a deep breath and you step back and say, whoa, where is this coming from? Anytime you feel that churning inside of you, anytime you feel that kind of a reaction that is negative, it's something to do with you. It has nothing to do with anything or anyone else. It has to do with your belief. So find out what that belief is and then correct it. Create a new belief that you are connected to absolutely everyone in this universe. You may not approve of what some people do, and that's okay, but you don't judge it either. That's hard, but it can be done if you work at it. Okay. How to program your holodeck in 3 easy steps. Okay? Realize that life is a projection of our beliefs, past experiences, and habit patterns. Now, how many, you've heard about anorexia, right? And you see these people, unlike the first slide where the guy was looking in the mirror and sees that stealth young man. How many people have you seen that anorexic that are skin and bones, and when they look into the mirror, they see this? See, this is the image we've always seen of ourselves. It's the image that's imprinted in our brain. And because we've never seen anything other than that, we keep seeing it over and over and over again. No matter what our body looks like or no matter what our life looks like, we keep recreating what we've always had. Why? Because it fits, it's comfortable. Well, somewhat comfortable. It may be painful, it may hurt, but at least you know what to expect, right? You know what's going on in your life, you know what happens. So you need to be aware of that. And as I said, I would love to see affordable, which everything is affordable, virtual reality, where they create something for people that releases 5 pounds at a time. So you thin down and you see the picture in your mind of you being a pound or 5 pounds thinner. Because if you can see it in your mind, you create it in your body. Or you can also program it for living in whatever space you want to live in, or having that relationship that you want to have. You just put it on and you see it. And once you see it and understand it and feel those feelings, you create it in your life. There is an intelligence in this universe that just takes absolutely everything and says, yes, yes, that's what you want. Backache? Because you say you're a pain in the, I will give you one. But we just have to start realizing. And the hardest thing, I think, is that we can't picture it because we haven't seen it before in our lives. So create an image. Create a map for yourself. Create something that helps you to see who you really and truly are. And that's that fantastic, phenomenal being of light that is God within you. Be aware. I've used this picture before. I love it. You know, be that lion in your life. That strength, that understanding. You know, and when you slip into your old patterns, be aware of that and change them around with a positive affirmation, with a treatment. Call a practitioner. Oh, my heavens, that's a new thought. Call somebody that can help you go back on the path to what it is that you need and where you need to be in your life. So you keep moving forward. We're always moving forward, but we never see it half the time. All right? So have somebody in your life that can boast you up and create that lion image for you. Create it for yourself. You know? What is it, Muscle Beach? You know? All right. And take time every day. And this is just my mantra. If you don't do the work, nothing in your life is going to change. And it doesn't have to be work. That wonderful meditation this morning came from Deepak Chopra. Thank you, Deepak. I'm doing a 21-day meditation challenge. And that was one of his. He did a guided meditation this morning. So I thought that was pretty, you know, it worked pretty well for this service, and I say thank you. But meditate every day. And you know, you can go online. You can get guided meditations. You can get music. You can get all sorts of things. And all it takes is 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Just get out of that brain that keeps chattering at you that you're not enough, that there is not enough, that there's lack in this universe, that you're not enough in any aspect of your life. Get out of that chatter to the real idea of who you are and what you are. Read. I just gave you a book to read. Go out and find something that resonates to you. One thought every day. Change one thought every day. Or I should say create, not change. Create one thought every day. One new thought a day. Create it. Journal. That's something I left off of here. Journal. Even if it's a gratitude journal at the end of the day, it's very powerful. Before you go to bed, say if you're grateful for 3 things. The challenge is you can't be grateful for the same 3 things every day. You have to come up with something new every day. And you know, all you have to do is look around. Thank you for this beautiful breath, and I'm not coughing or sneezing or anything else. How hard is that? Thank you for my eyesight, that I see clearly. Thank you for the touch or taste, that I can taste that apple that's so ripe and so sweet and so good. How many things can we be grateful for? Zillions, right? You just have to put your focus there. I love this one. You can attract only that which you mentally become and feel yourself to be in reality. It says the scale can only give you a numeral reflection of your relationship with gravity. Never thought of that one. It's your relationship to gravity that it's telling you about. It has nothing to do with anything else. Wow. That's it. You cannot measure beauty, talent, purpose, life force, possibility, strength, or love. Love yourself. Start there. All right, prepare your mind to receive the best that life has to offer. Good old Ernest again. If we set ourselves up every morning when we get up and say, I am open to the best that life has to offer today, guess what? You're going to be surprised what's going to come into your life. You're going to meet somebody or you're going to have something happen in your life. And maybe not today because today you're a little skeptical, but maybe when you say it tomorrow or the next day, something happens. And instead of expecting the worst or worrying about it, because worry doesn't get you anywhere but sick, expect the best that life has to give us. And you just go by Spock and say, live long and prosper. I can't do that. I would like to try, but I can't quite do it as well as he can. I know he has a lot of practice. But live long and prosper, everybody, because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to worry. We're not here to be sick. We're not here to have any lack of any kind in our lives. We're here to be prosperous and loving and open and filled with life. That's what we're here to do and experience and to have. And I thank you, and we go back to Joy Purpley. Thank you.